You must have been wondering, who is this guy? This is Kataps Always. On this channel, we share with you exactly farming videos only. Which some things is just at the by the way, but our channel majors in poultry farming and general agriculture. Alright, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Kataps once again, and on this channel, if you are new, we share always agriculture videos. We touch majorly on the poultry farming and deeply on layer farming. When I was growing up, I used to admire poultry farming. Then I started it. When I started poultry farming, I was having a challenge of stray birds coming into my compound. These local birds from our neighbors, indigenous birds. And I was never happy because they brought in a lot of sickness. Whenever I grew up, any small garden for my vegetables, these backyard gardens, my things were eaten by local birds. So I started praying to God and working hard. I should get a fence. I should get a wall fence. And God, you know what? Answered my prayer. I have a wall fence. This year, in the beginning of this year, I showed you how I got a new fence, how I got a wall fence around my farm. And that was my achievement of the year. I loved that 2023 that I got a wall fence. Why did I build the wall fence? There are very many reasons why you should have a wall fence on your farm. It's not a wall fence, not a what. As long as it is a fence, you must have a fence on your farm. If you do poultry farming, you must have a fence. So me having a wall fence, I feel so accomplished. I feel so energized. I feel so, I have achieved it. A wall fence has many benefits for your farm. Number one is biosecurity. As I started, I told you, my problem was these stray birds coming into my compound, eating my vegetables, also bringing me other sicknesses that I didn't want. These birds, the local birds, are a bit immune to diseases. So these are our indigenous birds are more immune, but our exotic birds are not immune to diseases. So if you don't have a fence, they will bring you the sickness, and you find that you're getting out of business within a short time. So when you build a wall fence, it makes it easier to eliminate those birds from outside. They don't enter. With that, you've killed all the chances of getting new diseases from outside. Because when you're building a house for poultry, a chicken house, we put in this small mesh. As you can see, this is my house here. It has a mesh where the small birds can't enter. But still, if you have that and you don't have a fence, other neighbors' birds will always come in. They are never vaccinated. I started by vaccinating my neighbors' birds. Whenever I wanted to vaccinate, I could also vaccinate for my neighbors. Whenever I made any herbal medicine, I gave it to my neighbors. But I was like, no, this is becoming too much. Because the neighbor buys a new bird next day. Next day, the neighbor has gotten a new bird. So I had to ensure that I close them out. If you remember, sometime back, I showed you how my duck was eaten by dogs and left eggs almost 2 days to hatch. I felt so much pain. In fact, this wall fence came because of my duck that was eaten by the dogs, stray dogs. They came at around 3 a.m., ate my duck. I felt so sad. I had to gamble, improve my energy, work hard, and get the wall fence. The fence is there. Surely, we struggled with my workers. We did everything that is possible to build this fence. You can imagine getting all these stones, getting the sand, getting the bricks, and all those to build the fence. You know how much money it costed me? It costed us 12 Ugandan shillings. 12 million Ugandan shillings. That is not small money. In US dollars, that's about 4,000 US dollars. That is not small money. I tell you. So I had to ensure that I forego many things. I had to forego bringing new birds, but I had to put a fence. I had to put my energy. I had to work day and night. I had to save money by involving myself in the work so that I can get this fence to keep out those predators, those dogs. Also, my neighbor I have a neighbor whose farm was always invaded by my pigs. The pigs would live, my structures were very weak. these wooden structures. The pigs, when the pigs have not enough food, for us to feed them on greens and simple foods, because I was a starter that I didn't have money to bring in feed. Remember, I told you in COVID that the pigs couldn't get the market, and then the young ones were raised at a very, very low cost. I didn't have any money to buy feed. So they would jump out of the structures, they go to the neighbor's garden, and the neighbor was always never happy. He would come quarreling me, Katabs, how do your pigs eat my cassava? How do your pigs eat my garden? How do your pigs eat everything, my sweet potatoes? I was like, please, my neighbor, I will do anything possible to ensure the pigs don't come to your garden anymore. I would ensure everything, but I didn't have the capacity. So I had to get whatever it means that I have to build a fence to stop the pigs from going to my neighbor's garden. This fence helped me to demarcate my land. Once you have this kind of fence, your land is demarcated and it is clear that the authorities know where your land ends. It means the neighbor would never cross to your garden, would never cross to your land, and that is you live secure, a secure life. You know your land is secured. I put a fence also to stop my birds from going everywhere. I had to demarcate the land to ensure that I have the number of birds counted inside. I have some free range. I have some free range birds in here. So ensure they don't get out, just like pigs. Everything is in here. Nothing gets out. By the way, if you remember, around last year, my Matoke garden was all destroyed by the wind, by the storm. The fence will act as a windbreaker. This year I was saved. I don't know if that is the case, but my Matoke didn't get any problem. So this fence somehow acts as a windbreaker. You know, I gave you a video some time back how to control the rodents and the human being the biggest rodent. With the fence, you can't eliminate thieves as such, or the human beings who are rodents. But somehow you eliminate in some percentage. Somehow they fear to enter. And again, if the fence is properly made, you eliminate thieves. So the security of your farm increases. At least petty thieves, stealing a wheelbarrow, stealing a panga, stealing firewood, stealing whatever, those small things, those ones are eliminated. Those who come and steal eggs. Because with the fence, the security you have is both on your workers and on your farm itself. The workers all pass in the same direction. You can put a camera on that very fence. That way, where they pass on the same direction, see what they are carrying. Also, the thieves can be at least regulated. So with a fence, you're very sure that your farm is protected from thieves. Your workers are not messing up with your property. The pet people are coming in without permission are not coming in. So all that. By the way, a fence gives you a magnificent on the farm. It gives a nice view. Look at this farm. Compare the before and after. This is really good. My farm has changed. I have at least something I can do with it. Yes, you can also do poultry farming along the farm. It serves you. You can do construction along the farm, along the fence. You can do construction there. You see my pigsties are on the fence. Soon I'm putting the poultry houses there. Chicken houses will be there. The minute one side is finished, then you look for bricks or maybe some wood or a net or a mesh to put on the other side. Because one side is complete. So we're doing things slowly by slowly. I told you, I bought this land myself. I've constructed this farm myself. I've done this fence myself. Then I will finish all these structures myself. That's what they call achieving step by step. You grow. Growth in a farm. By the way, if you're doing your farm, let nobody discourage you. Let nobody discourage you. Do slowly by slowly. Whatever you achieve is your achievement. Nobody achieves for you. It's you achieves for yourself. Whatever you get is your achievement. Slowly by slowly, you get what you want. So right now, I'm saying I put a fence simply because I was eliminating some thieves, eliminating the rodents, eliminating sicknesses, and also the fence as a starting point for my structures, the more structures. That's for poultry, for the pigs, and all that. So, brothers and sisters, if you're there and it's your first time doing this channel, please subscribe. If you have been here, share these videos because we want to encourage other people who have never seen us. As usual, this is Kataps. If you want me, I'm inbox on the phone. WhatsApp me. You can also put on the comment section what other videos you want me to do. And if you call me on the phone that is on my status, that is on my description, my phone is there. Call me. We shall talk for any advice. A hustling farmer, successful for the future.